Antarctica is one of the most barren and lonely places on the planet, but that does not mean a lot is not happening there, as scientists are all over the place conducting research. Today we bring you some of the most terrifying things found in Antarctica. Number 1. Massive hole the size of the state of Maine. Although holes are a common occurrence and are dug frequently, a NASA scientist was amazed by the enormous size of the hole found in Antarctica. This massive hole grew to the size of Maine, covering 31,000 square miles at its largest, or 19.8 million acres. A similar, though the smaller, hole was discovered about a year earlier, prompting scientists to investigate further. In the mid-1970s, a phenomenon called polynya formed in the Weddell Sea, which is a stretch of open water surrounded by sea ice. This polynya was many times larger than the current one in Antarctica, and it was formed by warm, salty waters rising to the surface and melting the sea ice, providing a continuous supply of warm water to the ocean's surface. The polynya will continue to exist as long as the water continues to rise. Scientists are uncertain why, after decades of ice, the underlying ocean water began to upwell, forming the polynya. There is not enough information to determine why the polynya formed 2 years in a row after being absent for decades, so the hole in the ice will be studied further by robotic submersibles. This will allow scientists to better understand what is happening, as it is extremely difficult for humans to reach this area, and satellite imagery will be used in conjunction with the submersibles. Number 2. World's oldest pyramid found in Antarctica. Egypt is well known for its iconic pyramids, which were constructed as burial tombs for the country's past rulers. However, some ancient alien theorists believe that Antarctica may be home to even older pyramids that have been hidden away from the world. This theory is based on the discovery of a structure on the icy continent near the Shackleton mountain range that appears to have 4 steep sides when viewed from space. This surprising finding was presented on the History Channel's TV series Ancient Aliens, which explores various extraterrestrial theories. One episode of the show explored the possibility that pyramids were left behind by ancient alien visitors or long-lost human civilizations. According to author David Childress, if this pyramid in Antarctica is indeed an artificial structure, it could be the oldest pyramid on the planet, and it might even be the master pyramid that all other pyramids on Earth were designed to look like. Another supporter of the pyramid theory suggests that these triangular structures function as power generators built for the purpose of wirelessly transmitting vast amounts of energy. Number 3. Stardust older than the Sun found in Antarctica. It may seem unimaginable that there could be an object on Earth that is older than the Sun, which is the center of our solar system. However, a trip to Antarctica is all it takes to discover such an object. Scientists found stardust, which is older than the Sun itself, on the continent. This ancient grain is incredibly small, only measuring 125,000 an inch long, and has a quasi-crystal-like shape. Researchers examined the stardust using various types of microscopes and found that it was composed of graphite, a type of carbon, and silicate, a salt made up of silicon and oxygen. Comparing this composition to models, they concluded that it was most likely caused by a type of star explosion known as a nova. The tiny speck of stardust was hidden within an Antarctic meteorite, which was flung into our celestial neighborhood by an ancient star explosion that occurred before the formation of our solar system. Number 4. Giant spiders. Is it possible to escape spiders by going to Antarctica? Definitely not, as these creepy crawlers can be found even in the coldest parts of the world. Antarctica and the Southern Ocean are home to large sea spiders, which are even more terrifying than their counterparts in other regions due to their massive size. These spiders belong to the pycnogonids family, a type of primitive marine arthropod that exhibits polar gigantism, a phenomenon that causes them to grow to enormous sizes. Scientists are still unsure why Antarctic sea spiders can grow up to almost 25 centimeters in leg span, but it is believed that high oxygen levels and cold temperatures play a role in this. Polar gigantism affects not only sea spiders, but also copepods, echinoderms, and some mollusks. Number 5. Blood falls. One of the Erie's discoveries in Antarctica is a red waterfall that looks like blood. This waterfall is located in the McMurdo Dry Valleys and is about 5 stories high. It flows from the Taylor Glacier into Lake Bonny and was first discovered by scientists who were baffled by its appearance. They eventually determined that the water in the waterfall is very salty and rich in iron, which gives it its red color. The water is cut off from the atmosphere due to ice formations, which has led to an increase in saltiness over time. This also prevents the water from freezing, and the lack of oxygen and sunlight contributes to its dark red hue. Number 6. Lava Lake. Antarctica is renowned for its icy environment, but it is also home to a rare natural phenomenon at the opposite end of the temperature spectrum, lava lakes. Only 8 lava lakes exist on Earth, making the one located in Antarctica a significant discovery. The lava lake is situated on Saunders Island, which is a volcanic protrusion in the South Sandwich Islands. It is found within a frozen crevice called Mount Michael, the tallest volcano in the area. Scientists use thermal imaging from satellite data to detect the crater lake. Unlike most exposed lava on the planet's surface, the lake remains molten, with temperatures ranging from 1812 to 2300 degrees Fahrenheit, 989 to 1279 degrees Celsius. Number 7. Monster bird with 21 feet long wingspan found in Antarctica. Gigantic birds once existed in Antarctica, with wingspans up to 21 feet or 6.4 meters long, which is as long as a U-Haul truck. These massive birds, known as pelagornathids, appeared about 15 million years after the asteroid that killed the non-avian dinosaurs, and they are believed to have soared over the open ocean for days or weeks at a time, similar to modern-day albatrosses. Fossil evidence of these birds has been discovered on Seymour Island near the Antarctic Peninsula, with the oldest fossil dating back to 62 million years ago. The recently discovered bone of a pelagornathid bird's foot was found to be 50 million years old and larger than any previously discovered pelagornathid bones. These ancient birds are not seen today, but their fossils provide insight into the evolution of birds in the region. Number 8. Dinosaurs in Antarctica. Antarctica, a vast, icy wilderness, was not always as we know it today. Once upon a time, the entire continent was covered in forests, and dinosaurs roamed freely. This may seem like a distant, fantastical past, but scientists have been able to piece together a picture of this time period using fossils of trees and cold-blooded reptiles. During the Cretaceous period, which was the last age of the dinosaurs before an asteroid hit the Earth and ended their existence, Antarctica was actually ice-free. There were forests at both poles, and the climate was warm enough to support Earth's most massive creatures. Scientists have discovered the first dinosaur fossils in Antarctica's central transantarctic mountains. The bones of a previously unknown species, Cryolophosaurus elioti, were discovered near the Beardmore Glacier on Mount Kirkpatrick. Additionally, a pterosaur, a mammal-like reptile, and another dinosaur. Let's hear what you think of these discoveries in the comments section below.